All right, everybody, it's time now to see what is clicking in Cleveland. Digital anchor Stephanie Haney joins us now. Hey, Steph, happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you, Betsy. You know, when we're talking about what school will look like in the fall, that also includes colleges and universities. Kent State University is coming up on the start of its phase 2 of its reopening plan, and we know a little bit more about what that's going to look like now. So phase 2 begins for them on Monday, July 6th, and their summer classes, which are already in session, will continue online. And most of the summer 3-session classes, which begin next Thursday, July 9th, will also be online, except for a few classes, which will be offered in person. Now, these are only as specifically approved by the university. Faculty and staff whose work is directly related to bringing students back will start to come back, but if they can work from home, that is still preferred. And student athletes and athletic staff will keep slowly coming back to in-person activities that have been deemed safe as they begin to evaluate the campus for the fall plan. Now, we expect the final fall course schedule to be released tomorrow on Tuesday, so it'll be interesting to see what that shows about online versus in-person classes. All right, now let's get to that Costco story that everyone is very interested in. So they are doing away with a popular party favorite, but they are also bringing back a popular staple. So let's start with the good news. Costco is bringing back free samples with a few changes. So it will just be pre-packaged snacks for now, and they'll be behind plexiglass shields with servers wearing masks and gloves. So here's the catch. Costco has stopped selling its half-sheet cakes everywhere. They are now instead focusing on 10-inch cakes. Costco said that they had to reduce some departments because of COVID-19, so the sheet cakes had to go, but we're not really supposed to be having those big in-person gatherings that would require sheet cakes, so hopefully those 10-inch ones will do the trick. And Betsy, you get your samples back, so you can snack around with the prepackaged stuff while you're at Costco.
Girlfriend, hashtag cupcakes, because the Costco cupcakes are just as good as a sheet cake. There you go, single serve, all fixed.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. We'll check back in with you a little bit.